guys, how's it going? This is Bill with HangaRatz again, and today we are going to be putting in a McFarlane Aviation torque link kit, torque link bushings into a Cessna 172 torque link. Cessna 172, 150, 152, 170, or pardon me, 172, 175, 182 even, all similar parts. So customer on this one has a problem with nose wheel shimmy. They're running wheel pants, and if anybody knows me, if you want to get rid of your shimmy problem, first and foremost, get rid of your wheel pants, but most importantly is get rid of all the chuck in it. So and they want to keep the wheel pants, so they've got to get rid of every little bit of chuck. So we're putting in a McFarlane Aviation Kit TL-KT-1 torque link kit. And what that involves is, and here I'm going to bring you up closer so we don't lose the sound. What that involves is, looking down here, here's our torque link. We took it apart, or we haven't really taken it apart a whole lot. We took the inner races out of the upper and lower. This is the bolt that holds the mid link together. We put the Zerk fittings in the ultrasonic, so they're all clean, ready to go. So we're going to make sure, we're going to purge those before we put them back in, but most importantly is they're all clean, ready to go. This is what the McFarlane kit entails, is for your upper and lower bushings. You'll end up with new flange bushings, new inner bearing or tube, new bolt, new aim bolt, new castle nut, new washers. Also, we have cotter pins, and that's for both upper and lower, ready to go. And then for the knee of the link, they provide two bushings here and a bolt. There's no inner race. The bolt OD and the bushing ID is the bearing area. And then what we've done is we've started, pardon my phone, we've started by sanding down or grinding down the with our belt sander, and we're removing, what we're doing is we're removing the flange off of one of the bushings, because we're going to have to push these both through the housing. Now, most importantly, you've got to take the grease fittings out, because they can also keep the bushings from sliding out. So we've gotten pretty much, we've just gone down and kissed the paint and all that, so there's just a hair of a flange left there. This one's almost ready to go, and we're going to press these out. Now, pressing out is no real big deal. You can use some different size sockets to back up. Most importantly on these is make sure you have a backup socket when you're pressing down. Very important on this, otherwise you can crack this. Don't just try to press this cantilevered. Put a backup socket on this and press down. So real important. So anyway, I'm going to go probably do the speed lapse thing and get these things pressed out, and then we'll come back and get them lined up and just press them back in. It's really pretty simple, Simon. Most importantly, it's just a little preparation. Normally what I do on these is I will strip these, clean these, whatnot. This particular customer is down at another airport, so we're doing a quick and dirty on these, but normally I would strip these, clean these, and then repaint them, normally white, and actually a really nice epoxy appliance white you can get at a home center is really tough stuff. This has about 3 different coats of paint on it, but anyway, here we go. We're going to start pressing bearings out. Okay guys, that was actually pretty simple, nice and easy. Most important thing is take the flange off. Just get that to a feather thin. just a paper thin deal, and it'll just collapse when you press it in, and use the backup sockets. So everything came out real good. It's kind of a pretty quick job if done right. Most importantly is when I pull these bearings out, there is a bunch of crapola in the grease that we took out, and that indicates that these bearings were probably haven't been lubricated in a heck of a long time. So that's not a good thing. You really need to get these lubricated every annual and keep them lubricated, because it's a metal on metal type of deal. There's no real bearing, it's just a bush. So something I would recommend is I forget what the exact name is, but a locking grease fitting, Zerk fitting type of adapter on your grease gun, and you'll be able to press grease through these. Real important on these 3 points, and then also on your swivel bearing on the 100 series. So here we go. Now we're just going to press the new ones in, easy peasy. So back to the other camera. As I said, this is the kit, TL-KT-1 Torque Link kit. It has pretty much everything you need. These are all the old bushings that we took off here, the old bearing area, or the inner liners, whatever, the pivot bolt and all that. Some crappy grease that came out of this thing. So this thing has been greased in forever. And then just to reassemble it, it's pretty easy. Again, all the fasteners are here for you, all brand new hardware. These are just AN bolts. And then these will be all collared and all that. Get those on. The upper ones and lower ones have the big bushing. Big bolt with a stainless washer on either end, all supplied in the kit. And then boom, boom. I just dropped a washer or nut or something. I'll get that. Cut to that here in a sec. And the other bushing goes in. And these will all be installed with at the aircraft with grease and all that. So this is pretty well lit. There's cotter pins that'll be done when the put on when the aircraft is we install it on the ramp. Then part of the installation is shims. We want to make sure that when this goes in the clevis on the other side of the aircraft, there is no side plate, no left and right, and that's for all 3 joints. So again, this one here is pretty tight. If you have to, you could use a thin AN960 washer. And then these are for the bigger pivot areas, and these are all different thicknesses. So and they've got 2 of each of all the different thicknesses, so you're pretty well set for everything you need to do. It's not that hard to do. This took us pretty much the touch time. This took up us pretty much the touch time of what you see on this video. Really not a whole lot. A little bit of setup, get your grease gun out. We did do a little sanding and cleaning. We ended up putting this thing in the ultrasonic because it was a black tar ball when we got it. So we had to clean it, see what we had, and then it's all disassembled, cleaned up. What we're going to do before we put this on is we'll purge all these fittings, and then like I said, if you're having problems getting grease into these should be greased at every annual or 100 hour. If you can't get grease in them, try out Loco Lube. I just remembered it. Loco Lube, you can go on the interweb and find it. Actually, believe it or not, some of the tractor supply places or automobile part supply houses have it. It locks onto the Zerk fitting and it'll get grease through there. It's amazing. I've had very good luck with those. So most importantly is on your On your torque links, this is one way to get rid of the shimmy. Really not that hard to do. I would say if you're going to flight plan this, an hour or two maybe futzing around, but as far as mechanic getting it off the airplane and all that, maybe an hour or two. And same installing it. We'll probably futz around a little bit getting the shims just right, but take care of it. This is something that's real important with your nose gear 100 series. If you have any shimmy issues, wheel pan or no wheel pan, fix it and make sure your shimmy damper is also in good shape. McFarlane also has rebuild kits and new shimmy dampers for those. So take care of your landing gear and they'll take care of you. That's it. Another Hangar how to. HangaRatz out. Go fly yourself.